Hey guys, so guess what day it is? Never mind, you probably saw the title of this video and you know what it's about. So, today is June the 21st, which means it's International Yoga Day. To celebrate and commemorate this day, I decided to share my personal experience with yoga in hopes of encouraging you to maybe give yoga a try. So, growing up, my parents always wanted me to take yoga classes. Probably because of all the health issues that I had at the time, with my wheezing, and there was a lot. But they kept asking me to take classes, and I was a rebellious kid, so I would never say yes, and I would always come up with the most silliest excuses to not take up yoga. But then 25 happened, and all of a sudden I realized how weak and fragile I was. To be honest, I had never done anything to take care of my physical health. I had never been to the gym, and I was never a part of any sport activities. To be honest, there was little to no physical activity in my daily lifestyle and routine. That's when the reality check kicked in, and I knew then and there that I had to do something if I wanted to improve my health. So, after all those years of my parents telling me to take up yoga classes, I finally convinced myself and decided to join a class just to see if it's really worth the shot. And oh boy, it was. Just to give you a quick rundown, I'm going to tell you the differences that I experienced personally and sort of give you like a comparison of what life for me was like before yoga and after yoga. So let's get started. Change number one, my sleep cycle. So I have been a night owl for as long as I can remember, and that used to really mess up my day, because I would fall asleep at like 2, 3 a.m. and wake up at like 7 a.m. because I would have work the next day. And my day was very lethargic. My day would mostly, be so monotonous, and I would be very cranky because I did not get a good night rest. But that completely changed after I joined yoga because the first difference that I noticed was that I was sleeping a lot better, and it was easier for me to fall asleep because that was a problem that I faced earlier, which is I couldn't fall asleep even if I wanted to. And this first change completely, you know, impacted my life in a positive way. So, for all you night owls out there, if you're struggling to fall asleep or you're looking to fix your sleep cycle, then I would highly recommend yoga for you because it did wonders for me, and I'm sure it's going to do wonders for you if you just give it a shot. Change number two, my health. So, growing up, I had to deal with wheezing, and on top of that, I would also have those occasional early morning sneezes, if you know what I mean. When you wake up and you feel like you're not able to breathe clearly, you're sneezing continuously, it's like your sinuses are acting up. Yeah, I had all of those issues. When I did start practicing yoga, well, after I started taking classes, I noticed that my breathing, like, it had improved drastically. I also had to get one of those nebulizers whenever I had trouble breathing. And all of that changed after I started practicing yoga. The number of times I had to depend on a nebulizer reduced, and I could actually like physically see the difference in me because we would do a lot of breathing exercises in our yoga class, and that really helped me with the all the inconveniences that I had, and it just made me feel a lot better physically and mentally. Difference number three, body toning. So, probably like 3 to 4 months after I started taking yoga classes, I started noticing physical changes in my body. All the parts of me that I was very insecure about, be it the face fat, be it the fat in my arms, etc., etc. All those insecurities were slowly starting to disappear because my body was starting to tone down. I would often try to take pictures of myself to track my progress, but what really made me believe that I was making progress is the feedback and comments I would get from my close friends and family. Now, most of these people are peers that I would see once in a while, and when they see me after a long period of time, they would be the first ones to call out on any difference that they notice. And one of the common compliments that I was receiving at the time was the fact that my skin was glowing and I had toned down a lot. Now, this was such a boost in my self esteem as well because I was starting to feel really good about myself. Hearing these comments come from people that I really cared about, it just made me feel really good about myself. And I was so happy to know that all the hard work that I was putting in was paying off. Difference number four: focus and stress management. Now, before I joined yoga, I had a lot on my plate. I was freelancing, I was making content online as a passion project, I was working full time. There was a lot of things going on in my life, and I was this person who would get overwhelmed very easily. I really didn't have much experience with managing stress, and I had the most unhealthy ways of releasing my stress. And I realized that, I was heading towards this path of self sabotage because nothing I did was, you know, helping me manage my stress properly and channel all of that energy in the right way. I was not able to do any of that. And I really started losing focus of what I wanted to do. Like when I had to deal with a task, I would get distracted easily. I would always be thinking about something. And overall, there was just a lot of chaos in my head. And yoga sort of helped me channelize and sort of like segregate all of my thoughts in a very proper, structured, and organized way. And that helped me sort of process everything better and, in general, just reduce my stress levels, if that makes sense. And I think what came with yoga was a little bit of that calmness, a little bit of that grounding energy. And I think I really needed that at that point of time. And I was able to deal with my emotions better. I was able to be more patient. I was able to be more focused and relaxed and calm and composed. And even if I was like facing any stressful situation, be it at work, be it at home, I was able to deal with it in a very calm and composed manner. And I think I owe all of that to yoga. Difference number 5: strengthening and flexibility. Now, like I mentioned at the start of this video, I had never been to the gym. I had never done any of those home workouts that you see on YouTube. And to this day, I can't pull off a push-up, I just can't do that. And that's because I had never really focused on strengthening. People always talk about building a core. People always talk about strengthening your upper body. I would hear all of these terms when my friends used to have a chat, but I never did any of those things. So during my initial days at the yoga class, I was struggling a lot because I couldn't, even the basic things that we had to do there, like pulling off a plank, I couldn't do that. And so I really struggled during my initial days, but I think it was totally worth it because slowly and steadily I started working hard on it to improve my physical health. Fast forward to a couple of weeks, and now I can do all of those things that I thought I could never pull off in my entire lifetime. Yeah, it did take a lot of training, but I'm glad I put myself through that because now I feel a lot better, I feel a lot stronger, I feel a lot more confident. And if you're considering yoga, I would highly, highly, highly recommend you to go for it because trust me, it made a huge difference in my life, and I'm sure it's going to make a huge difference in yours as well. The real message behind this video is for you to start taking care of your health. It doesn't have to be yoga for you. It can be, I don't know, swimming lessons, it can be Zumba classes, it can be dance classes, it can be you hitting the gym, or you could do anything, martial arts, whatever works for you. Through this video, there's only one thing I want to tell you, and that is start prioritizing your health. It doesn't matter what you do, but what really matters is whatever you choose to do, do it consistently and always put your health first. So there you have it. That's the message that I wanted to leave you all with today. That's my personal experience with yoga, and I would love to hear yours. So start investing in your health right now. The sooner, the better. And no matter what you choose to do, remember, this community, this channel is always going to root for you. We are just here to encourage people to truly take care of themselves, no matter how they do it. And if you like this video, give us a comment, give us a like, share, do show some support. And I would also love to hear what you do to take care of yourself. Is there anything specific that you do? Is there a specific routine that you follow to take care of your physical health? Do let me know in the comments, and let's help each other out. Until we get to the next video, it's bye from us. Have a great week. Ta-ta.